off there. YouTube, what are you doing? Right, so here again. I had to switch over because my tablet just switched off by itself. It's fully charged, it just switched off, so I'm still looking for this card. So I'm still looking for this card. Oh my god. Right. So how weird's that? It's just switched off by itself and thrown me off it. Like, okay. If anyone doesn't know, yes, I was on my tablet and it just totally switched itself off. I can't find this card. I'm finding it really weird that I can't find this card. I'm going to find it. Where is it? Hi Rachel, I've just got chucked off on my tablet. It just totally cut me off. So it's like, okay, I'll go on here. I just fancied sitting over there and I can't move my table. Hi, I'm just trying to find some cards before I come on because I'm having difficulty finding it in this book. Hang on a minute. It's getting on my nerves now. It's not even showing up. And it is in this book, so why is it not there? Oh my god. Right, it's not there. This is weird. Where is it? Oh, I know what I might be reading. Cannot find it because this book's a bit different than a normal tarot. It's not. What is going on? This is out of this. Let me have a quick flick through. Just wait for people to come in because this is what's going on here. Oh, just found it. Oh, right, that's that one found. Then I'll just do the 7 of Stones and then I can come in and have a chat. Show you a few things. Oh, YouTube on my tablet didn't want me to show you. 7 of Stones. Oh, shouldn't have took them out of the book. Right, scrolls, spirals, mirrors, stones. Right, I just wanted to find it. Obviously, it's just taking me ages. Right, boom, in the book. So I can show you them after. So, has anyone noticed the moon lately? Because I've not noticed it for a couple of days. And in my book, it says, the 24th today, Pluto turns renegade. You may rethink a long-term development over coming weeks. Moon in Capricorn, and then it shows you, it has the moon phases in it. So obviously it's not a full moon, but I've just not really been seeing it since the other day. Pink moon and all that. Don't be in a routine, yeah. So I just want to show you a bit of a QE Trump thing first, because like I said, I might be going on Roxanne's show on Friday about the Q stuff, because yeah, no notification as usual, exactly. That's why I have to come on before to tell you, just to remind you if you get that one. So we all know, if you're onto Q, that we're waiting for the big show about the UK involvement with treason. Well, are you ready, folks? Boom. So, Joe Mass Pose, Twitter, says, are you ready for this? Joe Mass Pose. I shall read it out. There it is. Donald Trump says, this shows how close we are to pain. The President of the United States has just openly accused the UK government of being complicit in the illegal and treacherous, I can't say it, attempted coup against him. Their actions are I can't even say that. Anyway, to an act of war. The British establishment is our enemy. Yes, it is. Not us, the people. The British establishment. And Donald Trump's put that in. And Donald... Oh. I don't know if you can see it. There's Donald Trump's at the bottom. But yeah. So, what does this mean, people? They'll be looking at Brexit and stuff, won't they? And all sorts of different things are coming out that will mean all sorts of mad things that they're going to put out mainstream media. But I'd just say watch this space. Robin, hi Dolly, hi everybody who's in at the minute. So just putting that out there. And then we'll just show this one because it's really funny. Cher singing to Trump. I'll show you, it's quite funny.
To have strong, incredible borders.
Make America great again for all Americans.
I can see it in your eyes, how proud you are to fight for freedom in this land. There is something in the air that night, the stars are bright.
Oh, Donald.
There is shining there for you and me, for liberty.
Oh, Donald. That's hilarious. Anyway, less of that because it's all coming out. Like I said, I should be going on Roxanne the Globalist and Aya's channel on Friday, I think we said, if we can get it done, to talk about Q stuff and that. So that'll be good. Anyway, if you're liking the sort of stuff I've been talking about, you know, for those of you who are in chat, not other people that are coming over that haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, we've been talking a lot about this colour, green, more emerald green, you know, Mother Earth, heart chakra, Sophia, all that sort of good stuff. I've just come across this. Now, you might have seen this because I did shout this channel out before. Flat Earth Paradise. Are you ready for this, people? Because I was like, isn't this what I was just talking about, chakras? And I've talked about the emerald green. I've talked about the Aurora Borealis and saying a few weeks back, months ago, no, you won't get a notification, Dave, that I believe that the Aurora Borealis, do you remember me saying ages ago, and then Fifth got on it and she said, yeah, I think that's what it was. It was the heart centre of Mother Earth. It is the energy that is the heart centre. It's our centre, it's the heart centre of Earth. It's Mother Earth's heart energy, all good green. That's why they put everything in films as green is evil power, when it's not. Watch this. I'm going to show you snippets and then you can go and find it after because it's brilliant. But I was like, oh, yes. So here we go. Let me find it. First of all, I'll show you that bit in a minute. But there's one called the Elves in Dreamtime. Where did the elves come from? Elves sounds like selves. I've said before, maybe we fell asleep in consciousness. This one's just good. It's just if you resonate with stuff, that's all. I'm going to show you a little bit.
All of us have this fear of projection. Today,
not that.
we're going to remove it.
Called Hades is not a world underneath us.
Just listen a
but that
minute.
These outer lands is Hades, past Oceanus, the earth-encircling serpent, which is really referring to
The serpent, again, people think the serpent's bad. The circling serpent.
ice wall. It's been written, the Tuatha De Danann, or Side, the gentry, the good people, and the people of peace, are described as a race of divine beings, eternally young and unfading. They are essentially majestic in their nature. Mythologically, they are gods of light and good. Tuatha De Danann means the folk of the goddess Danu, was the mother of the Irish gods.
Done.
Thus, the mother goddess Danu is simply a personification of the universal seed which everything sprang from. Danu is the Celtic earth goddess from which all wisdom poured from, just like Gnostic goddess Sophia. After all, Danu comes from the Proto-Celtic Don, meaning earth.
Sorry, I had to laugh at that. Donu, comes from the Celtic whatever meaning Don, meaning earth. Donald Trump, the big Don. Yeah, sorry, but I just thought that was hilarious. The big Don, earth. This is where all the Elohim comes from, if anyone's heard about the Elohim. This is what he was saying. This one's really good.
Dealing with the earth itself, the heart, who birthed spirit into herself. Interestingly,
Anunnaki.
the Anunnaki of the Mesopotamian mythology were said to be birthed by Anu. Danu. Anu. There is absolutely a connection here. Not to mention, the original name of the Tuatha De Danann was the Tuatha De Anu. The Anunnaki and the Tuatha De Danann are the same elven beings. The
Elves.
The Elohim.
Selves.
But the Anunnaki is what became of the elves when they decided to experiment with tendencies of fear, aggression, and control. But in order to do this, they needed to holographically project themselves from the center. Sir Lawrence Gardner wrote their true name rendered in its older form was Tuatha De Anu. As such, they were the people of Anu, the great sky gods of the Anunnaki. Another name for the Anunnaki is the Elohim.
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 He said the Elohim stands for, I think it was the light or the light beings or something. Funny that, isn't it?
It would make sense that upon
Aurora Borealis.
paradise, the original blueprint
Sent
of
to
the
paradise.
Earth to Hades, shadow projection of extreme polarity. The elves would experience a shift in consciousness and being distanced from the life-giving emerald light, heart of the earth, would have a shift.
Emerald light, the heart of the earth. At the centre of our earth is the emerald light, is the heart. Her heart. Emerald green. So it should be.
Ruler of their consciousness.
Dave, I'm glad you've put that in, because remind me, because I've got something to say about that, which is in this video. I think it's in this video, one of the videos, which I'll talk about in a minute, so that's good.
It's said that the Tuatha were banished from the other world, or island cities.
Holistic.
This story is no different than the fall of man, where Adam and Eve were banished from the paradise of Eden. It's commonly asserted that the Anunnaki are the genetic
Makes more
engineers
sense to
of
me.
mankind and of civilization. But if I'm proposing that we are the elves, that we ultimately are the Anunnaki,
Selves,
who temporarily left the center in order to engage in a holographic dualistic construct which now runs on autopilot, then that means we are the Anunnaki. We genetically engineered ourselves once upon a time and have slowly forgot in order to play out this entire game. As within, so without is the law of the universe.
As above, so below.
To think an invader species is separate from us is giving into fragmentation and the third dimensional perspective
We're not
of
separate.
separation. Nothing is here to harm us. Everything is here for our benefit.
I know what you were
By
saying.
now, many of you are probably shaking your heads, thinking the L is to the elite, supposed rulers of this energy extraction matrix. In my last video, described how every being here besides the living souls, the players, are merely holographic representations of an algorithm of dualistic consciousness, reflecting to us all the combinations and possibilities that this polarity can manifest. As much as we want to believe that there is an us versus them war going on here, where we're subject to the tyranny of some ruling class, I'm informing you, the way things appear is not how they are. The world is on autopilot, and the more you wake up, you will see the charade in its simple complexity, including those we have branded as our oppressive overlords. Again, these are figments. The word itself, elite, reveals this. The suffix "ete" is derived from the Greek word meaning rock, or a piece on a game board. As wacky as it sounds,
We know it's a game.
electromagnetic energy from the 0 point. Lens of good and evil has created all of the characters around us. The elite are merely pieces on this game board and will cease to exist when all is said and done.
And just like Q said, these people will be eradicated off the earth when it all comes out. Black and white. Duality.
Everything springs from the center. It has to. This is where the sacred 0 point is, the cosmic axis. The
Aurora
souls are
Borealis.
attached to the nurturing tree of life at the center.
This bit.
This is the generator of the electromagnetic field.
Listen to this bit.
Of course, existing in the original blueprint at the magnetic north, in Dreamtime, the elves are the curators of the electromagnetic field, nurturing the tree of life and the emerald light, which flows through it and projects outwards. Could this be why, in Christmas mythology, the elves are Santa's help?
Santa's helpers, the elves, are dressed in green. Forget Santa, or if you're into Q and you watch the Christmas Chronicles, which we all know is a Q film, the little elves were in it, weren't they? The elves were in it. Yeah, if anyone gets what I'm saying.
At the north. It's been interpreted that the Anunnaki came to mine gold for their home planet Nibiru. They created a slave race to mine gold. But let's look at this a little closer. What is this popular interpretation revealing to us? This gold is not literal gold, and Nibiru
I said that.
is not a separate planet from Earth. We already know that outer space as it's described is a complete farce, so what
Makes
do we
more
do?
sense.
Translated, Nibiru means point of transition. The story of the Anunnaki coming here represents the elves who temporarily separated themselves from their immortal bodies into a dense physical illusion, genetically engineering their own 666
Sleeping.
suits. Therefore, funneling into the soul recycling system and living out the torment that they signed up for through this dream time. The Anunnaki came here to mine gold, meaning gain wisdom of dualism, therefore leaving the confines of the rainbow,
Being enlightened.
going from lead to gold. This is why, in stories of leprechauns, there is gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah,
The
Doom.
four-leaf clover represent
Not how they say though.
continents at the center. In recent videos, we've
7.
talked about
Remember?
the rainbow.
Talked about 7. It's
and
been following me.
division of 7.
Mhm.
In this temporary holding
Why has
space,
7 been following me?
we've been attached to this rainbow, this prism.
7 colours in the rainbow.
Who needed to put ourselves on the sine wave
Selves,
of density
elves,
in order to go
Elohim.
back to Nibiru, the center, which is the point of transition. Nibiru has been called Planet X because it's referring to X marks the spot,
The centre.
which cross at the center. Traditionally, elves are nature guardians and keepers of its wisdom. The original mythology displays elves as beings with magical powers and supernatural beings. The original elves were associated with strength, brightness, and wisdom. We could say the elves are really the elves. Many offshoots of the word Aesir, referring to the mighty gods of the Norse pantheon, have been used to describe elves in ancient stories, including Aelfir, Aelfred, and Aelfwine. There is a clear etymological relation between elves and Aesir, because the Aesir and the elves are the same beings. But one might ask, how does that make sense if, according to the Norse cosmology, Aesir live in Asgard,
Asgard.
and the light
I'm not being funny. I've always had a thing about Thor from Asgard, and he's always said the realms. And remember, I said weeks ago, the film Thor, he points out where he's from, and it was a tree of life with the 7, as he says, 7 planets. 7 realms, sorry. You know, the 7 wonders of the world. I keep going on about the number 7. Asgard, the different planes. But listen to this, it's brilliant.
elves live in Elfheim. What we are seeing here on the world tree isn't a representation of separated races in separated realms. In mythology, it seems that all of the different pantheons are separate beings.
People go, oh, it's mythology. Mythology is a story sent down in story form, because that's what we used to do.
But we have clearly observed many similarities between the Norse stories, the Greek stories, the ancient Egyptian stories, and so on and so forth. All mythologies are connected and have similar stories and characters.
Because it's the same.
Because they're describing the same beings. The living souls are creation itself. This
But if you're on the land and you come from different areas and you see all this years back, you would have probably described it different. That's why I said all different religions have different gods or whatever they're called. Same thing, same sort of story, because it's the same.
we exist in all dimensions all at once. We play out all characters of the universe, but depending on which perspective we're inhabiting, we can only perceive one timeline. So, if we go back to the world tree, it seems that the realm of the humans is different and distinct from the realm of Asgard. Right now, it appears that you're a human, but we're about to undergo a transformation in which it will be revealed that there are bodies. Yes, we have separate bodies from this current shadow state, which are merely sleeping, which are merely dreaming up this illusion. The fall of man. Falling
Fall from
asleep.
consciousness, falling asleep, said this
What are we
before.
calling this process of awakening?
The awakening.
Awakening.
The great awakening. Like
I'm
Q.
not suggesting, I'm informing. Our light bodies are still at the North Pole, and they are asleep, and they are of what we have referred to as elves.
North Poland, Trump said he was getting an icebreaker. Seems pretty bonkers, doesn't it?
What we're experiencing is a temporary confinement within a holographic overlay designed by ourselves in order to experiment with the possibilities
I just resonate
of
with this.
dualism. You think this this body is yours, but you are nothing more than a shadow right. This is indeed why there's a shadow on the ground representing you. Because all of the matter here is a projection. It doesn't exist. It's a part of this illusion.
But it's all
that
merging.
must eventually
The
dissolve
merge.
back into the center, back into the Aurora Borealis. This is the green dragon, spirit of Mother Earth.
The green dragon. Fifth's been talking about dragons. I pulled a card with a dragon on it, with the woman with the dragon. Mother Earth, this is the bit.
Acting as a placeholder for our inevitable return to the original blueprint. The age of externalization is over. The living souls have designed this 100%. You might ask, okay, but what about the archons? The malevolent thought forms of this world which want to attack me? Well, archon is simply arch-on. The elves, the
They
living
play on
souls,
words.
projected themselves onto the rainbow, fell on the arc, which is the beginning of the Fibonacci spiral, falling asleep into matter and becoming fallen angels or fallen elves. In
Elves.
J.R.R. Tolkien's work, the elves were similar to humans, but fairer.
And I've always liked Lord of the Rings, and it was always the elves that I've always liked, the elves, because I fancied Orlando Bloom as an elf.
Wiser, greater spiritual powers, and a closer empathy with nature. The inspiration for the elves in J.R.R. Tolkien's world were the Tuatha De Danann. The Tuatha are said to have lived in a golden age
I'll
and
give
were
it you in a minute.
displaced from their original home. Thus, elves have been associated with immortality and a state which has been lost.
They always were
or
green,
rather,
wearing
forgotten
green,
about.
weren't they?
They represent the state of man.
Yeah, Flat Earth
even
Paradise, thank you.
who
Flat
has
Earth
not yet
Paradise.
fallen. In the elven origin story, the original elves numbered 140.
9.
12 pairs of 12. Already know the power of the number 140. It adds up to the number 9 of
9.
completion and refers to 144,000 spoken of in the Bible's book of Revelation. Be resurrected once this game is over.
Because it is a game. There's the North again, as I said the other day. They just pop out.
All energy in a toroidal field originates
Talked about
and comes
toroidal fields
from
before.
the center, but does not and cannot lead toroid to remain intact. As we've talked about before, the heart is the seat of the soul. This is where the body's toroidal originates.
The only
So
power.
the same way the soul never leaves the heart, generates a field of subtle energy that ebbs and flows. We have never left the center. What we are experiencing right now is a sort of hall.
I'll give it you at the end. It's going off in a minute.
Set up this entire matrix. We are the designers. We are the engineers of the Metatronic.
King, it was throwing it down here before and it was lightning. I was like, ooh, it was lightning.
Overlay.
Oh.
Might ask, well, how does that make any sense? It's not like I just.
Rachel, if your picture's gone black, oh, it might be the 3 days of darkness, I don't know. If your screen's gone black, that's why I came on here. I was on my tablet and it just switched off and went black, so I had to come in here. Maybe it's the 3 days of darkness, you know.
Decided
I don't know.
to create.
But there's
this.
been lightning,
Yes, you did.
so,
You decided to come here. You decided to cut yourself off from the infinite in order to experience this density.
And we've said that, haven't we? We're beings, spiritual beings, come here having a human experience, so we cut ourselves off. Now it's time to go back.
So, we have the Holy Grail at the center. And what pours out from the center? Green dragon, the Aurora Borealis. This is the nourishing light of the Great Mother. This is the divine feminine essence.
Picture I drew the other day. Right, that video was, so you can go and check it out yourself and sit back and listen to it, was, yes, Flat Earth Paradise. But what was really weird was called Selves in Dreamtime Return to Hyperborea. Hyperborea is right at the top of the Q map. right at the top of the Q map, probably can't see it, that there says Hyperborea. And under that is as Atlantis, Lemuria and Mu. And the top of it is Hyperborea. Yeah. It's just getting weird, this, isn't it? Hyperborea. Also today, before I just chat and show you another video of his, because it is on, I'll just go through his videos. They just popped up before, but what I was like laughing at was the fact that I drew this today and I thought she needs to be the colour green, like the Green Lady. I've always loved that picture, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, that old one. So let me find it. Pictures I was scribbling down today was these little, you know, the little girly pictures that I do. And then I drew one before I found this video and thought she needs to be green, you know, she's Mother Earth. And I have wrote Sophia at the top, but this was my picture. And then I found that and I was like, yes. But when you think of green, you think of elves a little bit, don't you? So here's the picture today. And underneath it, yeah, refresh, Rachel. It says, Green Dragon, Spirit of Mother Earth. That's what I got off him, but that's what I drew before I went on. And then it was the Emerald Green again, the Aurora Borealis, the Green Dragon, Mother Earth. Well, when I say go out in nature, it's the green that you see that calms you, along with the flowers and everything, but it's the green heart centre. So, just wanted to show you that. Hi. Yeah, refresh, Rachel, because it happened to me before. But we have had a bit of lightning and stuff before. Right, the next video, before I come into chat, was same channel. Same channel, and this was brilliant. I just seem to talk about things, then I find the channel and I'm like, you know when I was talking about chakras before, saying that, you know, they're sort of opening themselves? It's the guy who does Flat Earth Paradise. Listen to this. I'll come in chat in a bit, Dolly. Dave, Dolly.
Of our inner dualism. Nothing is generating any energy besides the heart. This is the seat of the soul. This is where the true intelligence of the higher self pours out from. This is the only point of creation. So let's
I'll come in after
with
this.
The hermetic rule of as above, so below. What this truly means.
Well, we're talking about as above, so below.
Above. Same manifestation as below. They are two sides of the same dualistic coin.
What I always say.
If we think of Earth as the heart, then we can clearly see higher and lower realms. There are places where higher beings are operating from, and they are not on the heart. They have...
Yes, Sweet C. End games, he has the stones. I can't remember what they're called, but yeah, they're like chakras because they're different colours, and one's for the mind, one's for the heart. That's what I said to my son. I was like, oh, he was like, Mum, shut up. I was like, well, it's all there. You know, it's all there.
Ascended the heart. There are demonic forces below the heart who are in lower realms. But what if I told you that both of these groups,
Yeah, it's in that, but it's in the Infinity Wars. It's in the Infinity Wars. You need to watch that before the end games. If you've catched up with it, if you or remember it, the stones are in that one as well. So I'm assuming they'll be in the next one.
entities that we would call angelic and the entities that we call demonic are actually performing exact same purpose, exact same function. A lot of us know of the reptilians or greys or whatever you want to call
All the same.
demonic entity. Similarly, know of blue avian, Pleiadians, whatever other names we have for higher dimensional beings who are here for our benefit. But as demonstrated by the electromagnetic field of the heart, by the toroidal shape of creation, if you are not existing on the heart on the earth. This means you must be using the energy from the earth in order to funnel that energy either above or below. What I'm trying to say.
That's what I was saying, get your feet on the ground and, grounding.
Beings are seemingly in higher realms and seemingly in lower realms are the same archonic parasite. Above is below. Below is above. A lot of us during this process have wanted to just leave Earth, wanted to break free from here and go into a higher realm where it's more pure. But this pureness is based on that dualistic belief that we must be supremely righteous, supremely perfected to gain access to these realms. And similarly, some of us don't want to descend into lower realms. It's the same game. Exact same game. By intending to heal ourselves, by intending to achieve wholeness, true liberation without those extremes of better and worse, true centeredness, send this out into the ether. And by doing this, get closer and closer to coming back together to that singularity point, meaning these quantum projections of the unconscious.
That's that bit. I'll just show you another little bit because you can go and watch this yourself. Let me find it.
Experience
Now come
here.
in chat.
I'm not saying it's wrong to express one thing or the other,
Hi, Topper.
but it's crucial that we have the knowingness of the heart and its function, how its balance can be experienced without having given to the thing. I'm not saying that chakras aren't.
Is what I was sort of saying.
Obviously, we can connect with upper and lower chakras if we choose.
It's not going to matter.
What I'm saying is they are only able to be accessed through using the energy from the heart along with above and below states. Meaning, they ultimately are illusions and they are not relevant.
The real
in
one's
this coming
here.
ascension, because everything merging back into singularity. Spirit and matter are merging.
I said this.
Unconscious, conscious.
I've said spirit is coming into the physical, the merging, and like he said, consciousness with the subconscious merging. I've been shouting this out for months.
Are merging. Ultimately are illusions, and they are not relevant in this coming ascension because everything is merging back into singularity. Spirit and matter are merging. Unconscious, conscious, merging. Upper and lower chakras merging. This is a very unique thing to happen in the universe.
Feminine and
what
male
this is going
merging.
to do is permeate outside of this cosmic egg. Harmony that will experience merging. Touch every molecule of the universe. I want to put this in another way. A tug of war going on
Definitely is.
between heaven.
That's why people are out of sorts.
To Earth, the center, source
Heart
of
center.
energy that any of these realms and entities have.
Energy.
Chakra system
Yeah, it's all merging.
are
Same thing.
implanted manifestations, implanted projections of the collective unconscious, which funnels into the very polarities which are tugging at Earth, which are playing a game of tug of war. The way stop this centeredness, collective centeredness. And this is a process that is happening automatically because the black sun and the white sun are merging. Nothing can remain.
Nope.
It's the convergence point, baby.
Dark to
Everything
light.
must come back to it. Parasiting off of ourselves. This is the truth.
Well, it is, because we're all coming back to that, aren't we? So that was, again, it just popped up today. Flat Earth Paradise again, chakra projections, and the as above, so below, which I'm always shouting out, below, tug of war. It's brilliant. It's great. You know, there was me, drawing a little picture today, thinking about Mother Earth and what we've been talking about before. I was watching, you know, a little green, reminds you of an elf, really, elf. Talking about the Aurora Borealis again, that being the heart centre, that being the heart's energy, our heart's energy as well. So these entities, whatever you want to call them, use it, the energy. You know, it was just really, really good. Everything's merging. I've said everything's merging. The divine feminine, the male feminine, the spirit and matter, that's what I was shouting out for ages. The spiritualness is coming in with the physical. It has to. Unconsciousness and the conscious, upper and lower chakras, you know, go into merging. Harmony that will be experienced here through its merging will touch every molecule in the universe. Yes, like Q said ages ago, the evil will be eradicated off the earth. There's only love, so thank you. Yeah, it was just a little colour in that. I might turn it into a bag or something. And that's what I said about karma. You've got to let the karma go because you don't need it. You know, it just keeps you ill. Also, I don't believe the moon controls the sea. Am I right or wrong? I don't know. I don't know. It could be the other realms up there. They might just say it's the moon for different reasons. I don't know. But I'll tell you who else has just put another video out. Donny of Daytona. I said when I've looked through the telescope it was red and blue, and it also changes a few colours at the stars, and he's just put one up of this if you've never seen them. Star. Rainbow. Yeah, Donny of Daytona. Something on the moon. But the one that I liked was this one. Jupiter was mentioned. Jupiter. Let me find it. Somewhere. See if it says it. Don't know. Not this. Something about Jupiter and the moons. See if I can find it. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, here it is, here it is. Here it is, sorry. Jupiter and 4 moons. You can go and watch it though. So it's like Jupiter and 4 moons, got that Jupiter thing going on. So, Yeah, I think the plasma, because it's shown in a lot of films, plasma is cracking, loads of different things, as if it's a bad thing, as if it's hitting the earth and it's going to explode. To me, it's more like solar flashes or whatever hitting us, like waking us up to consciousness, or it coming in, or however they put it in films, whatever one's saying, it's consciousness, it's coming back to, it's the awakening. We fell asleep. I like to see it as that, even though people say, oh, it's just like, it's all the same thing. We fell asleep, fallen angels, fell asleep. I have said this before, waking up at the Great Awakening. You said the last one will be magical, and evil will be eradicated off the earth, because it doesn't hold that energy of love. But I just love that with Flat Earth Paradise about the Aurora Borealis. That's what I was saying for ages. I was like, that's why they put it in films. That's why it's always green. It's bad. It's not bad. It's the heart energy. It's the centre. That is the centre of Mother Earth. It's her heart energy. I believe we're meant to see that in the sky all the time. I think it was captured or something. Like I've said before. Yeah, it is a great time to be alive. So I just think if you check out Flat Earth Paradise and go and check his videos out of the ones I've just spoke of and the others, Donny of Daytona as well, all this stuff, that sort of stuff resonates with me. It's not going to resonate with everybody, it doesn't matter. People see things in a different way. All this stuff that's coming in, it is good. Like someone has commented today or whenever, not that they're not bad or anything, it's just that they were like, oh, it's just wishful thinking, it's not this in films. And yes it is. It is. It's just some of us on the conscious level we're on and our reality, if you know what I'm saying. The cards that I pulled out, I'm going to read, because I pulled these out today. Do you know what? Every time my hair looks really dark in this light, I always think, I need to dye it, but I'm not going to. These cards I pulled out, I said, were very relevant. So the last one was the sun. So that is relevant. This one I was talking about Psyche this morning, and that's the world. So I'm going to read these out, and this is earthly. Green. We were talking about waters, there's a river behind her. So that's good. So I'm going to read these out and do it in the order it came out in. Natural magnetic energy, earth, she was suppressed, so she couldn't attract the spark, they have to merge together. Coming back and they can't stop it. Well, I said there's a lot more going on than people think there's going on, So I'll read this bit out. I'm not reading the whole thing, but as I'm tired again and my body's telling me to go and chill, there she is. So I'll read it out. Man United, no. Man City 2. I know someone else will be happy as well. Oh, football. Anyway, I'll read this one out, because guess what number it is, people, that keeps following me around? 7. Sounds like heaven. Anyway, cards numbered 7 in a tarot point to spiritual introperception and completion. We can see the siren. I don't even know what that says. Is being introceptive and suffering dearly. In a reading, if this card finds you or someone you care for in a similar situation, and Dave, remind me, I need to talk about that thing as well. I've seen it somewhere and I can't remember what video it was in. Situation, it may be helpful to. Oh, I know what video it is. I'll remind myself in a minute. Someone else you can go and watch. About what you were saying about you when you were poorly. It may be helpful to mention that we alone can extinguish the fires of suffering and unhappiness. Sphinx or something is able to toss regret in the river once she shoulders the responsibility of her own happiness. And this is what I'm saying about getting rid of the karmic circle. Forget things that have happened in the past, trauma, exes, this, that and the other, someone who's hurt you. Forget it. It's not relevant anymore. It will keep you in a karmic cycle. You'll keep coming back every year, every new wheel of the year, you will be dragged down by it. Forget it. Like I said, I'll have to do a thing on working on that. The Greek philosopher Pythagoras taught listening to music every day improves one's physical and emotional health. Yes, it does. Done in the right hurts. We all know that. He called it music medicine. It is medicine. The arts is medicine. Creativity is medicine. Music, art, a lot of other stuff. Nature. Every organ, bone and cell in the body has its own resonant frequency, yes, and it holds because we're made of water. Musical intervals bring us in harmony, so best get listening to music in the garden with the frequencies of these bodily vibrations. The intervals are music medicine for the body, so in one way or another, pans, pipes are very healing. Of course they are. Oh, yep. So that was that one, and then we'll go to the second one, which was Psyche, the world. Spreading her wings. Remember what we were saying about butterflies, chrysalis, what we are. Right, the cards in the Chrysalis Tarot are designed to assist getting across sticky thresholds. Best to be like the merry lady dancing on the summit of Bell Rock. She was celebrating the breathtaking discovery of a higher perceptive, the type of discovery that makes crossing thresholds an everyday matter. When Psyche appears in a reading, you may see yourself looking up from the base of the Bell Rock rather than merely dancing on top of it. If so, Psyche calls you to surrender your heart, there we go again, your heart to her and her cohort of archetypes. Spirit guides, fairies, shamans and spirit animals. Surrender the act of letting go. And that's what he just said in one of his videos about the archetypes. Let go is the first lesson of rock climbing in the Chrysalis Tarot. The act of emptying. It was on another page. Self-emptying is the second. That's what we've just said. Getting rid of all this shit, people. Forgetting it. And the last one was the sun. The outcome of the sun. The sun. He naturally would, I think it says lament or something, these culture-bound imbalances, since sun is a symbol of enlightenment. Yes. In fact, enlightenment and the Apollyon or something ideas are the primary source of the sun's joy and optimism. Since Chrysalis is a holistic deck devoted to a deep, I think it says ecology or something, we would be remiss if we failed to mention that domination by worldly power is a far cry from enlightenment and a corruption of the sun's virtue. Sun is reading asks you to think holistically. That's what I want to say to Dave. Holistic medicine. Holistically. He asks us to root our ideas in pastures and cooperation, not competition, and to seek a pastoral balance of masculine and feminine energies on earth. That's what we've all been talking about. And it's holistic medicine we need to go back to, not big pharma, because you were saying something before, Dave, about your medicine that, and it was making you feel this, that and the other. A good one to go and watch is, some people might have came across this guy. He's really good. And some of the stuff he says is, I think he was talking about it, funnily enough. Let me just find him. John Saint Julian, who is it? John St. Julian Baba Wama or something.
Thank God.
He's from the UK, but he lives in Zimbabwe. No, I don't know where he lives, but this is what you're saying.
Your upper chamber, your inner chamber.
Listen to this.
Contrary. Horrendous way. Notre Dame Cathedral. Now, of course, I'm broad, great solace
What about Notre Dame?
as well.
Yeah, he's good, isn't
It's
he?
not just
I like him.
structure, it's not architect. But it is part of it. Now, that shows you something. The church once was definitely influenced by a negative sin.
We all know that.
People alive, except you can only
Yeah, he is great.
That sphere I would say that anything opposed to what Christ taught is antichrist. And thus, there's actually an argument to say that perhaps the resurrection of Notre Dame, at the price of dollars, a little bit.
This is true. Listen to
Because
this.
didn't Yeshua say, man who has 2 tunics, quite simple, share.
Why are they throwing money at building the cathedral? They should, like he's saying, he should be giving it to children and people in need. Go out, nature's a church. Yeah, listen.
You're sitting on piles of millions. Children are starving. Hell, are we going? Our planet and our society. Making a decision, you're valuing culture, you're valuing heritage, life. It's not direct. It's not like in the square and not starving. Are starving. And the way the world is connected now, donating, they don't. They choose to see it not as their problem. They see the collapse of the building as their. Resurrecting that building does nothing. I work damn hard to.
He's a good guy. He is a good man.
Self-evident. Have the money so shut off reality. Give those hundreds.
Yeah, let's rebuild it. No, why don't you help veterans? Why don't you help the homeless? Why don't you help the starving kids? Want to put it in your own pocket? Yeah, you don't.
Dying within. Choose to protect the building. They do it consciously or unconsciously.
There's no need. Go out and sit in nature. That should be your church, where you can be with God.
I know a lot of people don't
Exactly.
out of historical restoration or fake.
But they're asking for a GoFundMe for it.
Having some want to hang on to the past, but it's delusion. No, the past has gone. Should go in. And right now, the church had any substance, anything close to what Christ is. The church would happily and stay.
Endless money and endless trees, because it was built with oak trees, loads of them, which weren't supposed to burn, by the way, because they're very old. Yeah, let's cut a big forest down while you're at it.
Keep standing. A lot of money. £1,000 so
£50,000 a week. And there's people starving. No wonder they're going down. Do you know what I mean? £50,000 a week. And you're all holy. What? Just saying.
£1,000 a week standing as children, as people in the same city, massively.
He says there's a church there. You know, it's not very elaborate, but it's just where people go, because, you know, you're talking about God or whatever you're doing, so you don't need a big structure of all money and all. Do you know what I mean? He's right. Yeah. There's all these buildings, like we used to have youth clubs, kids are in trouble. They don't have all this stuff. Oh yeah, 50,000 a week. Yeah, good. Don't.
Died choking on. Managed to 200 keep up very little lives of
City folks.
background.
There's a difference. Organised Christianity.
That's the only house of have so big, extravagant.
No. Anthony,
They are doing
it's not about money, is it?
any of those.
Boom.
That's my personal view. But I'm going.
My personal view and opinion as well. It's true. You don't need a building that costs that much and costs that much to run, and there's loads of them all over the world. So, yeah, exactly. Faith and religion is two different things. Religion is to control people. Like I said, I'm not religious, but I believe in Christian values and all that. It's you know what I mean. Those of you, you know what I mean. So yeah, so his channel's really good. So check that out. He works over there with a lot of kids with disabilities, stuff like that. He's been ill himself. He's I think he nearly died actually. But he's a good man, So, like I said, that was Saint John. I know I'm not going to say this right. Saint John Julian Baba Wama, blah, 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 can't say it. Anyway. Oh. Great channel. He's got things on the pineal gland, Christ consciousness. There's a difference with stuff people pump out there and the actual consciousness of it all. And like I said, it's played on words and stuff like that. So I just wanted to come with that really because I thought it was really good, the Flat Earth Paradise channel. I love that channel and it just totally makes sense and totally makes sense with what I've been saying about the Aurora Borealis and Trump saying about icebreakers. They got a new icebreaker. I'm like, oh yeah. And all good stuff like that. So yeah. And just with the Q thing, if you've just come in, the UK's been as we knew this because Q told us last year, we knew anyway, just to put it out there again, if anyone's just come in thinking about Brexit, well, it's all going to get washed down the drain because, like I said, Trump's, said, Joel Mass posed, this is why me and Roxanne will probably be talking about it on Friday, this shows how close we are to pain. The President of the United States has just openly accused the UK government of being complicit in the legal, treasonous attempt to coup against him. Their actions are tantamount or something to the act of war, which we've said this, it's an act of war. I said this last year. The British establishment is our enemy. Yes, it is, not the people, the establishment. Woof! You know what's coming. Visa, or I always get it mixed up. Oh, yes. Just saying. Ooh, Theresa May. That's all I'm saying. Yep. My ball got popped a while back, but yeah, it's like I said, I don't know what the model is of it. If it could be a donut shape for all I know, like a bit like a Terraria, or the one that was just in Flat Earth Paradise, where it's like a bit and then the toroidal filled round. I don't know, but I definitely know it's not exactly perfectly round like NASA put it out, because we know NASA are liars anyway. They don't lie about everything, but in space isn't what they say it is. But he talks about that as well on them two videos I've talked about. Brilliant. Theresa May and Tony Blair. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, Tony Blair. The two T's again. But that made me laugh about the elves, selves. One name came up as it means Don, and I was like, oh, the big Donald. That just made me laugh. But you never know. Are we the elves, the selves that fell asleep, the fallen angels that fell from consciousness because we wanted to be separate to experience stuff? I just loved that video that he did. Like I said, and he talks about the dragon energy. Fifth's brought up the dragons. Dragon energy, one of the cards I brought up had a dragon in it with a lady. Heart, chakra, heart energy, that's the strongest energy you can come from. That's why when you manifest, you have to visualise it and feel it, and you feel it from the heart. That's why I always go to the middle. That's how it manifests, the energy. That's what's coming back. So, Don. Big bad Don. And one of my granddads was called Donald as well. So, yeah. As tarot reading has the Earth laid out with the planets and the constellations in another ring outside the flat Earth. Yeah, there's loads, like it's the realms beyond the realms beyond the realms beyond the realms. Like you think of, like I said, Game of Thrones, the ice wall among the ice wall, the realms among the realms among the realms. It's just interesting, you know. So these cards were really good. So, you know, I said we were talking about water, you know. And I just read them out, and the psyche, the world, the psyche, and the sun. Sun's very important. So yeah, I'm getting tired again. Precisely, my heart has the largest field. Oh, in the body, yeah. So without our heart, with Mother Earth's heart, works together as above, so below. It's all merging, like I said. Gut feeling also. Yeah, gut feeling is, when you say gut feeling, you don't actually mean the gut, you mean the heart here. That's what it is, yeah. That's true. Have I got glitter in my hair or something? Oh my god. My hair full of glitter. I've just seen it. Seen something twinkling. Got glitter in it somewhere. Yeah, I think tired is a good thing. I'm like, oh, then you'll re-energise after. Yeah, gut feeling. It's not. I'm saying gut, heart, your heart. Because what did I wrote? I wrote out. Do you remember the song? I'm sure I wrote this down. Was it the Titanic? Near, far, wherever you are, and I know that the heart will go on, because your heart's your soul. Go on. She threw it in the water, didn't she? She was a bit of a bitcher letting Jack go. I wouldn't have let him go. That door, I always say this, was bloody big enough for the both of them to get on. I mean, hello, that door in Titanic, she got on. She could have got Jack on the other side. If they lay that way, one across that way, one across that way, it wouldn't have bloody sank or anything. Oh no, but she let him go. I wouldn't have let him go. I'd be like, no, Jack. Oh. Getting in the bleeding door, it was big enough, you daft woman. You know what I mean? Yeah, more things about to blow up in London with Meghan Markle's face. I don't know though, I've been looking at that and I don't know, because her face is quite fat. I don't know, I'm a bit sitting on the fence with all that, because I've seen something else with it that I said the other day with Harry and Meghan, so I'm just gonna sit on the fence with that one. I'm literally sitting on the fence with them two, and I'm just watching that, because I'm thinking something else. But we'll see. I mean, we know there's fake pregnancies, yeah. I know there's fake pregnancies, but I'm sitting on I'm being unbiased and sitting on the fence with that one. I'm like, I know they said, the boys had said something about, one of them had, that they were going to withhold a promise that they kept to the mother, Diana. So Diana is another name for a goddess, Diana. So, and she was obsessed with Diana, by the way. So I'll go sit on the fence with that one for now. Chelsea Clinton in Cork and Bill in Edinburgh. I'm telling you something, there's going to be a false flag over here, because they've been going around, so we'll see what happens there. Keep your eyes peeled. Oh yeah, keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be a false flag. Something's going to go on. And like I said, because they're going to take distraction away from what Trump's been tweeting about the treason, and the UK, what did I say it was, so something's going to happen. They're going to try and distract from this coming out. It's tough because it's coming out anyway, but that's why they say be vigilant, because, you know, but I'll read it out again on Twitter. This shows how close we are to pain. The President of the United States has just openly accused the UK government of being complicit in the legal and treason, because we know this, Q told us this ages ago, treasonous attempt coup against him. The actions are tantamount, or whatever it is, to the acts of war. The British establishment is our enemy. Yes, they are, the British establishment, not us as a people. So, yeah, Ireland as well. So they're going to try and do a distraction, aren't they? They're going to do something, or they're going to attempt. We know this. Trump's coming over in June, so that'll be good. That means things as well. Big Ben is in the Illuminati card. Well, yeah, so I'm just saying, watch this space. I think something in London, I don't know, just watch. It's going to be something. I'm not saying like false flag, no one's going to get hurt. That's why you've got to be vigilant and be careful. Is because they're going to try and do something to distract the news, the sheeple as well, from what's really going on. We know this is what they do, so watch this space, peeps. Yeah, watch this space. Yeah, you're right with the tag. I wonder why. Big Ben in it. Yeah, other stuff behind that as well. But like I said, just keep calm, keep in nature, keep watching, watch it all play out. It's the biggest, biggest story ever to be told in history. The greatest time to be alive. I'm just saying, watch what happens. Watch what goes on. Bring it on Trump in June, sort them out. Exactly. Trump's coming over. Funny that. I looked Theresa May last time, so we'll just see what happens there. Yeah, so they say, but like I said, I'm just watching that bit play out with the Royals, because we know there's lots going on there with stuff, if it's going to fall or whatever, and we'll just watch it and we'll see. Look at your phone emojis. The clock is on 10:10 and the calendar July. So, I tell you what's funny. Sometimes I can't put the UK flag out when I've gone on emojis. Let me see. Where's my emojis? What's that on? Clock, buildings. What did you say? Blah, 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 blah. Going to see Trump in Portsmouth. Oh, I wish I could go and see him. I'll be watching. Newspaper. Yeah, no fear, exactly. Yeah, and they destroyed Tartarian buildings to distract. Yep. I'm just saying, watch this space. We know what's going on, and would be symbolic the time of England. History is done. Yeah, that's what I mean. If you sort of look at it in a different sense of all these things that have been going, it's like the big symbol of this stops. To us, a big, as well as like false flags. But if the Big Ben or something, or what's it called, the Houses of Parliament or something, it's they do signs. It's a sign to say, look, it's happening. It's coming down. This control system that's been in going down. So yeah, Big Ben, big money comes to So we'll see. Heads on swivel, Q. Yeah. So I don't know if Q's not 17 Celsius. There was lightning before. It made me think of Tesla. I don't think he's not dropped, has he? I don't always check, 'cause like I said, when Q goes quiet, big things are happening. Yeah, like an alternative. Yes, exactly, like an alternative reset. There is a reset. That's why they'll pump certain stuff out, and if something happens, even if it's done for the good, I said, they'll pump it out as something else and then blame it on like a religious group or this, that, and the other. That's what they do. Yeah, he's not dropped, so we know things are happening. So I'm just saying, keep vigilant, keep watching, and see what happens next. Everyone's like, oh, it's a coincidence. This is it. No. Q has gone dark for the moment. Yeah. No, it is a good sign. It is a good sign, Revel. Normally when he goes quiet is when big things are happening, and then he comes back. That's what normally happens. If you ever look, when Q goes quite quiet, all the big things happen, and then he comes back. That's how me and my dad have always seen it. It just means big things are happening, which obviously they are. We're looking at other stuff. Has to go dark for a bit, doesn't it? And then comes back, or don't they? Not a reset. Well, it's a reset. Say it how you want. A reset. Set it right. Yeah. I was thinking of going to London dressed up as Guy Fawkes. Well, Guy Fawkes had the right idea, didn't he? Something was said about November the 5th on the time machine thing on SCOTUS. I am SCOTUS on YouTube. So I don't think anybody should be chucking Guy Fawkes on the bonfire, should they? Should be putting giving him a medal. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, they might be gearing up for something, but when Q goes quiet, it means big things are happening, as in they might be gearing up, but big things are happening going down that mainstream media aren't going to tell you about really what's going on, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm tired, and I'm just watching the end of which is really funny, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, where they've just took the Baphomet down and replaced it with this guy saying, oh, this is the new religion, Judaism, or whatever you call it. They're trying to swing that now, which I thought, oh, right. It's just making me laugh. I'm like, you got to throw that in there, like the dark side. Oh, God, it's just making me laugh. I'm just like, big things happening that are good. Yeah, it goes quiet. Yes, they try things, but they're getting dismantled, aren't they? So then the news put it's something else when it's not, because obviously that's what they have to do. Yeah, I know you get what I'm saying. So, yeah. Game of Thrones was brilliant. Yeah, it is. I need to get out. I'm going to try and watch some of it this weekend. Now I've got my box thing where I can get it on, and I'll probably just binge watch in the evening and get through that. But, yeah, Game of Thrones, they're all fighting for the throne, aren't they? Yeah. So, yeah, the sheeple. So, check out Flat Earth Paradise. Brilliant. The elves. Who are the elves? The Elohim, the Anunnaki, and the other one that I just said, which I can't remember because I'm getting tired now. Yeah, we are. They're being steamed for what they are. They're just, and Owen Benjamin, and, yeah, well, I love coming chatting. That's one of the things that I love, so I always will do it, even if I have to, slow it down a bit. But it's just one of the things that I love. Go to JFK Junior 2020. Oh, that was it, JFK Junior 2024. I can't remember what you said the other day, so I forgot to check. But I'm wondering if it was the bunny, like Fifth said, could be the bunny. His son and daughter. But yeah, check them out, Aurora Borealis, Earth and all that, and I feel really hot now as well. Really hot. But yeah, like I said, that was a picture I drew before that channel popped up. So she's green. Mother Earth looks a bit like an elf or whatever, but I did put Sophia at the top. So yeah, you're welcome. I just like to throw stuff out there, whether people believe it or not, whether you think it's a bit of fun, whatever, because some people think it's wishful thinking. That's what someone said today. It's wishful thinking, and you're looking at too many movies. I'm not looking at too many movies. He's in every movie going. The message is in every movie. Nothing new under the sun. I like to see the way the movies put a different spin on it. But people like that are skeptics, which goes back to the Dark Crystal, the skeptics and the mystic. I'm a mystic. Skeptics are the ones who don't believe and always go, oh, well, it could be this and it could be that, and I don't know. And that's why they merged together. That film, I did a rerun, it's the truth though, isn't it? And then Q brings it, the Q book actually brings out the Dark Crystal, and I'm like, well, there you go. Merging together. You're either a skeptic, the skepties or whatever they were called in it, or you're a mystic. Yeah, exactly. Do I? I don't know. Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, evening, night, whatever it is. And remember to chill out. Watch what's going on. When you see the news, think what might be behind it, because it isn't what they say. If it's nice, get out in nature. Good music. Dave, what I was trying to say before is, I can't remember what video it was, but someone was saying coming back. Oh, it was Owen Benjamin. Just go and check some of his chats out. Owen Benjamin was saying, let me just find it before we go. That's what it's saying about, we need to go back to holistic medicine. And that's what you were saying, Dave, about celery, because it's holistic, it's from the earth, it's not, Trump urgent speech. I'll be catching up on some of them. Let me just find it. It was him who said, because he's growing stuff in his own garden and stuff. Barefoot grounding in your garden. I'll have to make some grounding shoes again. Let me find it. Sure, it was Owen Benjamin. Something about Easter. I think, because my phone's just about to die. He's done Mocking Hollywood, seen that one. Let me just find it. Owen Benjamin. I'm just going to show you this just... I think it was one with his wife on.
The guy who wants 20 ahead. That's all it is. And you say, Ari, why are there Crips and Bloods here? Why'd you invite them? And he
So funny.
says, here, you want some Guatemala? So much of it is so cold. Ritual part of Christianity. They hate you for that. It's us. They can't even say Christian. These Satan worshipers. I get it. Stand the people of Sri Lanka. Here's Hillary Clinton.
Oh my god, it was doing Hillary Clinton's voice, not that it sounds like Hillary Clinton. And these are only tweets. They're not even there, Obama. We know where they are. These are tweets. No one's seen them. He does impressions like it was just so funny. Just listen to this.
My heart breaks for New Zealand.
That's supposed to be Hillary.
The global Muslim community. We must continue to fight the perpetuation and normalization of Islamophobia and racism in all its forms. This is Hillary Clinton after Sri Lanka. On this holy weekend for the faiths, we must stand united against hatred and violence. I'm praying for everyone affected by today's horrific attacks.
Hatred and violence, Hillary. Ugh. I feel like spitting. I'm sure it was this one.
CPAC, I already forgot the name of it, where the Republicans all sit around and whack each other off. See, I told... Hacked into my phone!
Oh, I don't know, but I know, but Owen Benjamin makes me laugh. And I think it was one of his where he was talking about, because he's growing stuff in his garden, his wife grows food and stuff, and they got goat's milk and this, that, and the other. He was saying about holistic medicine and food and stuff. Holistic is the way to go. He was saying going back to to history, back to the past. Holistic medicine. That's why they tried to get rid of holistic doctors. He even killed some of them, getting rid of stuff and not making it as potent. Because, like we've said before, that's why you just said, Dave, about making you feel much better with celery and all that instead of the medicine that they give you. Holistic, and that's what we need to go back to. Going back to heart centre. Going back to the food we were given by Mother Earth. Holistic medicines, food, organic food and stuff like that. So, even animals, if we are going to still eat animals, for people who eat meat, I still eat meat. I only really eat chicken and eggs, but if those animals are feeding off organic, grass, pastures and stuff, they're feeding them with crap. So when you eat the animals, you're eating crap as well. And even some of the so-called organic stuff that's being grown, not grown yourself, they're spraying them with crap. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, anyway, I'm going. It's that music guy and the bear. Yeah, it's a music guy and the bear. He's a comedian. American comedian called Owen Benjamin. He's really funny. He sings. He says it like it is, and he's got a bear there. That just made me laugh at the bear. But, yeah, he sits in his garden, and he's a flat earther now. He tried to debunk flat earth and now he's a flat earther. That's all I'm saying. And it was really funny. If anyone's seen when he came from the globe to flat earth, it was hilarious. It was so funny. Grass fed, I'm a chef. Yeah, grass fed, exactly. Not the shit that they put in it today. So I shall see so. And if we are blessing and honouring, yes, and if we are blessing and honouring the animals, makes a difference. Yes, it does, because it's the energy. That's what you used to bless over your food. Some people still do. You do a Lord's Prayer for someone over the food or whatever. Over your water as well. Yes, it does make a difference, because that's what you used to do way back. Like I said, if we didn't eat that much meat years ago, way back, if you were hunting for it, when you did catch the animal, you blessed it to say thank you. Thank you for the food that we're about to eat, blah, 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 blah. Thank you to the animal that's given its life. Yes, that's very true. Yeah, so... Yeah, farming, yeah. And that's why Trump's bringing the farmers back in. He's bringing the farmers back in. We need to. And then, what happens in America follows all over the world. When America farts, we catch it over here, if you want to say that, Yeah, it blows over here. I will check it out at some point. I will try and check it out before I go to bed. I'm just so tired. My hair looks really black. I'd love to dye it, but I can't. I do like my hair dark, but not that it's really this dark. Yeah. Love your guts, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so catch you all soon. Bye. Like I said, I think me and Roxanne are going to do a chat on Friday night, I think, before she goes on another channel about Q and stuff, you know. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so UK treason, which we all knew. Bring it on. But keep watching out what happens. So, yeah. Yes, thank you, Dave. Thank you, everyone that's come in. Yeah, be well, everyone. See, you're all just beautiful in chat. You're all just brilliant. So, catch you all later. Bye.